All right, so we have now installed and started up Camtasia. So I'll show you how to create your project. So I'm going to go here and say new project. And the first thing you should do is save it. Right, so I'll say file, and just remember where you saved it so you can find it later. Okay, now to make a screencast, which is what we want to do, I'm going to click on record. And your video can be as long as it needs to be, right? Like you'll find it's sort of natural thing when you and your team have said all they want to say, then you can that'll be long enough. Now I'm already sharing my camera here in the Google Meet, so I'm going to go and turn that off so I can share it here to demonstrate. And so I'll turn off my camera here. I would like to see FaceTime, right? I'd like to see every team member participating and sharing stuff. So I'm going to see your face and I'm going to hear your voice, and make sure your mic is working as well. What I suggest is if it's your first time working with Camtasia, make a little 1-minute test video and then save it and then play it back, because it's kind of disheartening if you do a really good job, you spend an hour or something and then you realize I forgot to turn the mic on or something. So just do a test run and make sure all that's going properly, and you're sharing your screen, you're sharing your mic, and you're sharing your system audio. So if you, I don't know, whatever, do anything else on the system, it'll record that. And it's a video, right? So if you sort of go, if you lose track of what you're saying, I do that all the time. I'll show you how you can go and cut stuff out, right? You can edit out snippets that aren't something you wanted. So now I'll click on record. And now you just basically talk, and you can put your Google Docs here. This can be your storyboard. So welcome everybody. I'm here with Team Peanut today, and then Peanut would jump in and bark or something. All your team members can introduce themselves. Today we're introducing our AI model. Our business vertical is whatever's your business vertical. The business problem or pain point we're addressing is, and then say what it is that you're doing. There should be a way to do presentation here. I should be able to say present mode. Oh, you could, yeah. You can also make a video within Google Slides, I think. Slideshow? Oh, thank you. Slide? Thank you. Top right near chat. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Very good. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. Start from the beginning. Good. So here at Team Peanut, we decided that an excellent use of AI would be as a tutor to help people learn new stuff. In fact, the newest release of ChatGPT, if you're on the Pro version, pay $20 a month. They actually have a new feature called Learn. And the Learn is just basically, it's optimized. It will ask you what you want to learn about and ask you about your background knowledge. And then it will start to construct a series of lesson plans to get you from where you are to where you want to go. So we've identified that Learning is a very social and psychological thing. It has a lot of emotional elements, and we're probably all familiar with the fact that the times when we learned the best or we did the best in a class was when we had a group of friends that we were studying with and we encouraged each other. We sort of joked and we kind of made it a little bit fun. And Sage AI democratizes that because you might be in a situation where you need to take some course of study and it just happens you don't have any pals, like any friends to sort of pal around with. So Sage AI will be your friend. You can direct it to relate to you. You can create a synthetic personality. You can ask it to assist you in whatever method you like to hear the information. So that's what we've done. Successful learners thrive with strong social support. Sage AI offers a unique empathetic learning companion. AI personalities keep learners cheerful and engaged. You're doing things for your personality, right? It gives you encouragement. It says, let's checkpoint on what you've learned. Then you answer, and then it'll help you amp up your game to get to where you want to be. It democratizes personalized individual learning for everyone. In the course of this work, we used Google Colab as our coding tool, and then we deployed our model to Hugging Face spaces using methods we're going to demonstrate here in this video. Our model was developed using Google Colab. We used Python's natural language toolkit libraries such as PyTorch and TensorFlow. And then we deployed our model, and once again, you could jump over, you could screen share, logging into your Hugging Face Spaces account, and you could step through some of the processes you did. In all cases, you want to remain attentive to the fact that the goal of this video is to not to please me, because I love you guys. I think you're great. I already would love to give 100% to everyone. You're doing this because you're going to be linking this in your cover letter and your resume, and your potential employers, when they're deciding who to bring in for an interview, you want to demonstrate not just that you know this stuff, but that you have the ability to convey it effectively. So anyway, go on, develop all that stuff that I said. When you're finished, you're going to stop your video over here. And first of all, save it. Save frequently because Camtasia is much more stable than it used to be, but it still does sometimes occasionally lock up. And if it locks up, you don't want to lose too much of your work. So the more frequently you save, then that's kind of better. Now you can just play a couple of seconds to see what it looks like. And now you just basically talk, and you can put your Google Docs here. This can be your... And let's say that I had some stuff, like I don't really want to show when I'm when I'm multitasking or I'm screen switching. So let's say I just didn't want to have that there. Here's how I could get rid of it. So this thing that I'm moving up on the top row, that is called the scrubber head. And I'm going to right click and I'm going to say split all. And you guys can go and ask Perplexity as well, right? So if you're not sure how to do something in Camtasia, just grab a screenshot using Snagit and paste it into Perplexity and say, how do I do X, Y, and Z? How do I do this and that? So anyway, now I have split, and I have two tracks there. Do you see I have one track, which is the screen, and I could turn that off or on. Oh, actually, that's my camera, which is also my audio. And be careful because right now the audio is synced to the camera of me. So if for some reason I erased part of that, my audio and my screen presentation might go out of sync. Just like, these old Chinese martial arts movies from the 60s, they weren't edited very well. So sometimes you would see a person's lip moving and then 10 minutes later, you'd hear what they said. So you don't want that to happen. So I'm going to go here on this track and right click and say separate audio and video. So now my audio is on a separate track, right? So I'll say separate audio and video. There it is. And now if I wanted for some reason, which I have no idea why I would want to get rid of my camera image, because I think everybody loves to see me. But if for some reason I wanted to do that, I could. And let's say now I wanted to get rid of I wanted to get rid of some stuff that was showing on my screen. Maybe I just didn't want that there. So I would move the scrubber head around. Yeah, I don't want that stuff to show. Oh, actually, I already did that. So I put one split there. And then I want to get rid of it till here, so I'll put another split here, right-click and split all. And then I want to make sure that I'm deleting the right content from my track. So I'll click on this. You see how that bottom one is highlighted. So I'll just select that and press delete. And now maybe I make my picture bigger, or I'd put like another background image there or something. So I could add background visuals as well. Maybe some that I generated with AI. I could do that here in the media bin. So I could go and get some image of something that, gives some messaging support to what I'm saying. I'll just grab some image at random here off my hard drive. Oops. Right, so I could go and drop that onto another track, and then I could have different kinds of images there that I might want. And that's pretty much it. Then you just talk and you showcase things on your screen, right? You go to Hugging Face Spaces or whatever. And then when you're all done, I'll just show you a couple of things you can do here. If you want to add transitions between segments, let's say, for example, here, I wanted to get some sort of a little snappy visual or whatever. And also, you see, sometimes here, I can tell this is my talking. So sometimes here I was maybe just screen tasking, or I was just trying to think of what to say. So there's sort of dead space in the video. And I just wanted to get rid of that, so I could do that like follows. I put the scrubber head there, and I look at the audio waveform to see where I want to start, and then I grab the other handle, I drop it over to there, and I right-click, and I say ripple delete. Do not just say delete, because that'll leave like dead space in your track, and then once again you'll get the problem of your lips are moving and nothing's being said because you let the audio track and the screen sharing track go out of sync. So you fix that by clicking on ripple delete, and that will keep everything organized. Is there any other dead space? Yeah, so there's a lot of dead space here I can get rid of. So I'll click up here to bring the audio scrubber head over. Say what it is that you're doing. And then once again, I'll just... And you can zoom in or out on the timeline with this little slider bar right there. So I'll drag all the way over to there, and I'll ripple delete. Slide. So anyway, I'll just when you play with that, if you have any questions, let me know. But people like making videos, right? It's a lot of fun to do that. So now I'll show you how you can do some transitions. And now you just basically talk, and you can put your Google Docs here. This can be your storyboard. So let's say right there I wanted to insert a transition. So you can only insert transitions between cuts in the timeline, right? You cannot put a transition in the middle of a continuous video. You have to cut it, and then you can put the transition on the cut ends. So I'm going to say here's put split all. And here is my screen right there, track 2. So now I go here to transitions, and I can just experiment and just find ones that I like. And so you can play around with that. And you can also make them take longer or less long. You can expand how long they take to to unfold. Let's say I'll make another demonstration here. So I'll right click, split all, and maybe I want to see what this one looks like. So welcome everybody. I'm here with Team Peanut today, and then one other thing I'll show you is how you can do fades. So let's say there's a couple of presenters, and maybe at this point, you transition to another presenter. So you could see, I'm going to drag, because I put a split there, I'm going to drag my camera thing up here, and that's now in a separate timeline. And then I could go to animations, and you can play around with animations as well. I'm going to put a custom animation there. So you see that line means at the beginning it'll have a certain look, at the end it'll have a certain look, and then I could do things like drop in a scale up, or I could, I don't know, I could play with it, right? I'm here with Team Peanut today, and then Peanut would jump in and bark or something. All your team members can introduce themselves. Today we're introducing our. Now, if I want to go back to the way it was before, I would split it again, and then I would just adjust that to wherever I wanted it to be. So anyway, it's not that complicated. I think I've showed you pretty much everything. Again, I'll just encourage you to just go and play around and just have a little bit of fun with it, make it visually interesting. So there I'm going to drop a pulsing behavior. We're introducing our AI model, our business vertical. So remember, you split your timeline, and then you just drop in whatever effect you want to play around with. Can't really think of anything else to say here. I've pretty much said it all. You can drop in different, if you want to have like some background music or something. Let's say you want to start it with some background music. I actually have all of my background music on my external hard drive, which isn't here. But I have this service. Once I had there was like a deal on something I was in, which you could get like a lifetime subscription to Audio Hero for $49. So I got that. So you guys know how to get music, right? You can get like any MP3 from YouTube or something. I'll just grab something from here. In fact, I'll share this clip out with you because I don't know. I think I use this clip for a lot of my technical videos. So how do I download it? Oh, I don't own this one. Okay, I'm going to go and buy it with some of my 1,000 credits. C downloads. All right, now to get that MP3 into my video, I just drag it in, right? So just open File Explorer. I guess I don't have it open, so it's going to open File Explorer. see, downloads, I think it was. Ah, my time main. All right, so just grab the file and you put it on a separate track, right? So make a separate track for your audio. So I'll drop it above track 4. So click and drag. There it is, and it just sort of ends like it lends like a little bit of panache. Now, if you have the audio going through your whole video, make it quiet, right? Do not make it so it's distracting and hard to pay attention to your talking. But if it's a sort of a nice melodic thing that you feel enhances the experience, you can have it running in the background without too much distraction. And now you just basically talk and you can put your... Now let's say I wanted to start from right here. So this is a track. So once again, selecting only this one track, I could click on the razor blade, because in the old days before video, they used to make film with actual film, right? It was cellulose. So the way they edited film, they would slice it with a razor blade and then use tape to tape the pieces together, which I guess was kind of a hassle, but these days we have it easier. So I'm going to get rid of this first little bit that I threw away. So I'm going to say ripple delete. And then let's see what that looks like. And now you just basically talk and you can put your... Now let's say I wouldn't mind it being a little bit louder initially when I'm in the intro, but now I want to soften it down so it's not distracting. So once again, razor blade to split. I don't think that's split. I'm going to do that again. So selecting this track, split. Yeah, that time it worked. Now look, in the second half here, I'm going to select this audio track, and I'm going to position my mouse right there so I get the arrow that's pointing on two sides, and then I can just take down the volume. So it's a very gentle, very unobtrusive, but enhancing, sort of mood enhancing background audio. Google Docs here, this can be your storyboard. So welcome everybody. I'm here with Team Peanut today, and then... So anyway, that's and also one other thing I'll show you is you can have annotations. So let's say I have, there is my section of my video. I can go here to annotations, and I can have various, experiment with different of them. So I can put something there. I can turn down the opacity on it to make it more transparent. And I could say something like Google Notebook LM. Google Notebook LM is an amazing tool for organizing knowledge and information. Oh, I can't do voice to text here. Okay. Just type in. Oh, actually, it did work. And then I could change the color, make it easier to read. So I could change that font color maybe to black. And I could change my background color to whatever color is sort of high contrast. Google Notebook LM is an amazing tool for organizing knowledge and information. It is like Google Docs for general knowledge. So anyway, the point is you can add, you can draw attention to certain things using annotations like that. You can also make a title slide. Or you can add different formulations of text, how we built our own AI model. And if you have any other questions, just ask Perplexity. So you can also experiment with things like glow, right? You can drop a glow effect. Storyboard. So welcome everybody. I'm here with Team Peanut today, and then Peanut would jump in and bark or something. The other, Okay, I've showed you how to add images, audio, do effects and transitions. That's pretty much it. Now you have to kind of just play with it yourself. I'm going to give you some time in class. Now, finally, and you should save frequently, right? You should have been saving every couple of minutes. Now, how do I get this up to YouTube? So I'm going to say export. And then I could make it a local file and upload it to YouTube. I will show you that because that's a little easier. I could export it directly to YouTube, but I will say export to local file. And then save it someplace you're going to remember it. Export. Now it might take several minutes to export. This was a relatively short video, but it's going to take several minutes. Once this is done, I will show you how we upload it to YouTube. So each individual team member should do it, right? So if you're on the team, but each individual one of you should put it up on your own YouTube channel, and then I'll show you some other stuff you can do there once we got that done. That's probably going to take about 3 or 4 minutes. So I don't know, go and work on your slides, right? Go and work on your storyboard for a couple of minutes, and then we'll carry on here. I'll pause my Snagit cap. And you can just run it in VLC Player or something to make sure it looks okay. And now you just basically talk, and you can put your Google Docs here. This can be your storyboard. So welcome everybody. I'm here with Team Peanut today, and then Peanut would jump in and bark or something. All your team members can introduce themselves. Today we're introducing our AI model. Our business vertical is whatever's your business vertical, the business problem or pain point we're addressing. All right, so to upload this to YouTube, log on to YouTube. If you haven't made YouTube video before, just log in with your Gmail. All right, so YouTube, and I'm going to log in with my professor account. Now look here, go to the top where it says create and upload. That's all you do, just upload. Then you grab your video and you upload it. It's going to take a couple of minutes. I don't know, 5 minutes or something. Now, your title is pretty important and your description. So I'm going to go to my assistant over here, Google Notebook LM. And I'll say, please create a SEO optimized description, title, and keywords for my video about the Sage AI model I built. Yeah, okay, that's pretty good. So that's going to be my title. And those are going to be my keywords. Where's my description? And then for your thumbnail, you can let it auto select a thumbnail. I mean, I like that. That one's pretty okay. Or I could upload an image. I could make an image using an AI image generator. Now, it didn't give me a description, so I'll say, please present a description which is a soft sell to employers to hire me as their next AI ML cloud DevOps new graduate hire. I hope we didn't get you out of bed too early. I mean, I'm glad you made the little bit of an effort to get in and join us finally. All right, very good. So that's good. So go and make that look like whatever you want. So copy and then put it in there and adjust it in the way that's comfortable for you. Now, I don't want to tell people that I'm an aspiring new hire because that sort of goes against my brand messaging of being an experienced prof, so I'm going to get rid of that. So I'm just going to say, learn about how our class created a unique blend. All right, pretty good. So that's what I'm going to say. And I've already got my thumbnail image there, so it's auto-generated. I'm okay with that. Very important, make sure it's no, not set to kids. And some students have said, well, you know, kids can watch my video, maybe they'll learn about it. Yeah, YouTube is worried about posting stuff that might, you know, like weird people want to bother children or whatever. If you say it's made for kids, you're going to have to answer 20 pages of forms about who you are and what you're doing. So just keep that at no. And then the rest of the stuff should be okay. So click on next. Oh, your description is too long. Really? All right, so you can put a link here to your Google site as well, right? You could put a link to your Google site. And then they'd find out more about you. All right, then you click on publish. And then you grab this link right there. You grab the link. And then drop that into your Google Sites. Now, it looks a little bit fuzzy. It's going to clear up in a couple of minutes because we uploaded it as high definition. YouTube is still processing it. Once that's finished, it'll look better. Talk, put your... So go back to your Google site. And I'm finished with this now, so now I can close and save Camtasia. And yeah, that's my Google site. So now I can put my video in here. And I'll probably put it up at the top since videos are very eye-catching. If I put it at the bottom, people might not scroll down enough to see it. So here I'm going to go and find my YouTube widget. And I'm going to paste in that link that I copied. And that's pretty much it. So now I have my video. I have my storyboard presentation document. I have a link to my Google Notebook LM. And I guess one final thing I could do on my web page is give a general overview of what my product is. So let's go back to Google Notebook LM. Please create in HTML for my Google Sites website a general introduction, making people excited to learn more about the Sage AI model I built and hosted. Include a call to action. Because again, your mental sort of orientation is you're putting up this Google site and this video to sell your product, right? To sell whatever it is so people would buy it. But sub rosa, the real sort of understory of that, the backstory is they're trying to, what the product you want to sell is yourself, which is your AI cloud DevOps skills, and you want to incent them into hiring you into, or to calling you into the job interview. So how exactly you handle that wording, well, figure it out. Just whatever you think is good, just go and do it. All right, so now here is my HTML. So I'm going to copy that. And I'm going to go back to here. Once again, drop in a, what's it called? I'm going to drop in an embed widget. And I'm going to get rid of these little top, end, start, and end little tick things they have here. And we will say next. Create an end cap note in which I make a call to action to companies looking to hire AI skills that this is something I'm very excited and passionate about. I hope my excitement shows through in my project. And if you're looking to hire a new graduate with these skills, I'm open to work. Now, in this case, I did not generate it as HTML just because I'm going to show you another way that you can put content in your Google Sites website. Right, so I'm going to copy, go back to Google Sites. And here I'm going to get I think what I want is a text. Yeah, let's try using a text box. And then you could just drop it in like that. So now I have to hit publish. Every time I make a change, I have to hit publish or the change won't kick out there. So I'll hit publish and give it some web address. I'll call it Sage AI or whatever name sounds good. Oh, I can't have underscore. All right, good. It's already taken because I used it before. So I'll call it Learning Pal. Oh, something else that's very important. You have to make it world readable, right? So you have to say here that everybody in the world can read it, can see it. Anybody with the link can view. Copy, publish site link. Now, we saw from last week when we studied our project instructions, the exact hand-in you're going to be doing at the very end will be, you'll make one Google Doc and all of the information, right? Team members' names and IDs, link to your Google site. And if I get to the Google site, I should be able to see everything else, the video, your storyboard, and the links to your deployed model. And that document you're going to save as a PDF and you're going to upload it to the assignment box on Moodle, which I will now show. Right, so first of all, let's check to make sure that this is working. Right, so that's what my Google Sites looks like. What yours is going to look like doesn't have to be exactly like this. Be creative, do a good job, and get it all done. So I'll put a link to this in your project instruction sheet, because some people say, well, can you show me an example of what you want? Because if I see an example, it's easier for me to think about. Okay, that's fair. Yeah, so we'll give you that as an example. We'll kick that out. Now, in terms of where exactly do you submit this Google Doc with all of your content, if you go to our class page over here, right there, right up at the top. So that is where you submit it. So you go to there, and then I'm sure you've used this many times before. There is a location here where you upload it. I don't see that because I'm seeing it as an instructor. When you see it as a student, you're going to have an option here for uploading your document, right? So you can go and test that right now just to make sure you see your document upload situation. But there's our activity instructions, and I see people are leaving. I guess they need to go to the washroom or something. So let's take a little break now. We've been going for about an hour. We'll come back at 10:40, right? So give you a 20-minute break. Come back at 10:40. I guess that's about it. I'm going to end this video because I pretty much